Hi guys, and welcome back to Bovine Budgeting. So this is my my March video. Sorry, it's April now, but it's my video for my March money milestones. And this is, I'm sorry, it's a couple days late. I was going to film this yesterday, and then I went to the library after work to do some studying for the tax course I'm taking, and I left my charger at work. And I ran down my battery quite a bit at the library, and I was a bit worried that my laptop would die as I was filming the video, so I decided to wait until today. But I've got all of the information in here, and yeah, we're just going to see what my financial position is at the end of this month, at the end of the past month, and see how it's gone. So we're a quarter of the way into the year, which is insane. This is the 5th one of these I've done. Oh my gosh. I do not feel like I've been making videos for 5 months. That's crazy. Anyway, sorry, let's get into it. What have I got? Hex debt. Again, no update. Currently $67,947.52. Now I'm hoping, fingers crossed, I'm hoping that with the federal election coming up, that some of that will be wiped. That is one of the major promises of the Labour Party, who I think is so much more likely to get in than the Liberals. So I don't know how much will be wiped, but I'm hoping at least some of it will be. But we won't know until, when are they holding it? It's the 3rd of May, so we won't find out for a while. Let's go next one, emergency fund. I've got 1,100 in there, so I've gotten more than, oh my gosh, I didn't even tick it. Whoopsie. Tick! I've gotten a $1,000 emergency fund. So yay, and I did it before my goal, which was June 2025. So now I've just got to get another $900 by December to meet my goal of a $2,000 emergency fund by the end of the year. I'm getting my phone out. I'm doing some really quick maths. I should put like 50 a paycheck. Times 2 paychecks a month times there's 9 more months of the year, 900. Okay, so I should just make it, but we'll see if anything comes up. That's fine. It's not a massive priority. I think I would not recommend having an emergency fund that low for most people, but the fact that I live at home means that I really don't need a lot of money. I'm more so saving for when I eventually move out. Speaking of moving out, house deposit, yeah, didn't really put anything to it this month. I put $200. So it's currently at $13,450. I think I'm gonna put some more next month, but I was definitely focusing on investing more the past month, which is how, oh my gosh, I'm segueing, getting through it all. What have we got? $66,113.80 was the value of my portfolio roughly at the end of March. I think it was actually the value on like the 1st of April or something, but that's fine. So yeah, we had about a $4,500 increase in the value of my portfolio, which is very good, and I didn't even realize this, but it's about $10,000 more than November, so that's very good. I'm very happy with that. Still on $55,000 a year, but I'm about to go into my second week of that tax course, so hopefully, fingers crossed, once I get back from America, I can start properly looking for a job that pays more, because that's a very, like, it's quite a low wage by Australian standards. I don't know. I think if you're American, I think that's maybe the equivalent of like 35, 40 grand. Like, it's not as high as it sounds with the numbers. So yeah, that's all good though. My superannuation went down. So I think I mentioned this in my last video, but I went, oh my gosh, what's it called? Like, I changed my portfolio over from being, I think it was like 70 or 80% equities and some bonds. It was the balanced portfolio. I changed it from balanced to 100% equities or aggressive, or it was something like that. That's what I changed it to. Again, like, this is not financial advice. I'm not saying you should change your portfolio to this, but it's what I chose to do because I am not going to be able to access this money for like another 40 years. And you know, when you take a risk, sometimes the money goes down, and that's okay. Like, I'm happy, I'm fine that it's going to go down, because it'll come back eventually, so that's all good. Okay, and then 4, 8, 9, 15 minus 3. Okay, let's calculate my net worth. So we've got my, ooh, it's new this time. So my emergency fund plus my house deposit plus my investments plus my superannuation and then minus the only debt that I currently have at the moment, which is my HEX debt. 20,000! Ah! Oh my goodness. That's very good. I think it's mostly from the stocks because yeah, my super went down, and there wasn't really much of a change in this either. So it was mostly the stocks, but I now have a $20,000 net worth, so that is super good considering that I was at about negative $5,000 in November. So within the past 5 months, I have gained about $25,000 in net worth. Is it? So that's, to be fair, a lot of that is the house deposit, which, if you haven't seen my older videos, I got about $8,000 from my grandma. So it's a lot less impressive when you bring that in. So how much is 25 minus 8? Can't even do maths right now. I think it's 17. So about 17 was me. But yeah, no, I'm happy with it. I'm genuinely happy. I think that's good. I'm going to, yeah, I do want to focus a little bit more on house deposit. I've been neglecting it for the past couple months. So yeah, well, I've got my video. Sorry, busy week. My video tomorrow is going to be all of my extra money from the past quarter, and I'm going to be stuffing it into different envelopes. So we'll see how much gets allocated to house deposit. It would be great if I could finish that the challenge I've got in there and save some to house deposit, because yeah, this is not enough to buy me a house at the moment, and I'd love to move out, but I don't know, not close enough yet. But anyway, sorry, I'm just rambling now, but let's see. So my goals, I'm not HEX debt free, but that's okay. I've got my emergency fund, so I'm working towards a $2,000 emergency fund. I'm working to getting more of a house deposit. I think it's 27 grand to go. My investments are pretty good. What's next? That one, I'm trying to just increase my wages at all. I think there's been multiple people at my work that have asked for a pay rise. So I think maybe that's my sign that I should start either looking for a new job or asking to get a pay rise. But yeah, it's scary, but I think it's important. Let me see. And I've got superannuation is pretty good. And my net worth. Yay. Okay. All good. I'm going to go now. I hope you all have a lovely night. I'm sorry that this is not only coming out later than I said it would, but it's also coming out like time-wise later. I'm filming this at like 10:30 at night. But that's okay. Have a great Thursday or whenever you watch this, and I will see you all tomorrow. Bye. Sorry. I'm very tired. I will see you all tomorrow for my cash stuffing. Okay, bye.